Anyway, that's why I'm talking about it, so we can all get used to it together, okay? Hi. We're gonna talk about this. It's been a while since I've done a vlog, but I want to talk about this because I do videos every single day. So there's not really a way around it. And I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. I have nothing to do about it except talking about it. So, yeah, it looks better now. But I want to tell you the story of what happened and talk about what led me to doing this in the first place, which is very weird. um, oh my god, I see myself, like I can see myself in the OBS's screen, and I can't recognize myself. It's so fucking weird. So many months ago, I started posting daily videos on this channel where I show my face and I solve puzzles every single day. And it's really nice. I found people who I like and people who are here every day watching me, which is absolutely amazing. And something happens, I noticed, when you start posting videos of yourself. More specifically, when you're looking at yourself every day for way more than just a couple of minutes while you're brushing your teeth or something. So I started editing my own videos and looking at myself more. And I've never been someone who cares that much about my appearance. I've barely ever used makeup. You can see in my videos, I'm pretty clean. I'm a clean girl. I'm a basic girl. I never accessorize on a daily basis. But, and I never understood those girls who did things to their appearance or chase that changing or grooming every day. It never made sense to me. And another reason why it doesn't make sense to me is because I'm a lazy person. I don't want to put on a whole face every single day, and if I have to put on a whole face, I'm gonna have to take it down by the end of the day, and it's gonna be a whole thing, a whole routine. You can't just wash your face and go to bed. You gotta do a whole 10,000 steps just to get it in, and I don't like things that are high maintenance. I want stuff to be, you do it once and you don't have to do it again. So if I ever were to change my appearance or something that I don't like, I would do it in a way that I wouldn't have to be doing it every single day. So that's why, if you watch my videos for a while, I've never done my brows before. I've never done my brows before. I've never shaved them or picked them. I've never changed their appearance, their shape. I've never filled them in. I've never done anything like that. So how did we get to here? Where we are at this very moment? Well, that's a good question to ask. I actually wanted to go for a lip coloring thing. I wanted to microneedle my lips so that I don't have to put on lip tint every single day to record my videos. Because as I'm recording my videos, I can notice that my mouth looks pretty pale. So I started using lip tints so that I have some color on my face and I don't look like I'm half dead while I'm filming. Because I want to look presentable. And I do look okay in real life. It's just that the camera does a bit of washing on your colors. So I started using lip tint every day. Okay, that worked for a while. And then I started getting annoyed with having to put that every single day. Like I said before, I'm a lazy person. I don't like high maintenance. So I looked it up and I decided to do lip microneedling so that I could color my lips once every, I don't know, 2 years, and I don't have to do it again for a whole while. And I do my research. I knew that it was gonna swell I know the whole shebang. I was prepared for that. So I went in to the girl. She was a very nice girl, very professional, very cute, very talkative. She explained a lot of the things. I talked about my worries, about my mouth swelling up and all that stuff, and she reassured me. So it was all okay. I was prepared for that. I have a whole full arm tattoo, so I know how tattoos work, right? I know about the pain, I know about the itching, I know the post-op thing. But then when I got there, she was like, "Oh, when you got here, I fell in love with your brows, and I just wanted to talk to you about how better we can, because your eyes are beautiful and they can help enhance your eyes because you can make them the shape of them better." And she started doing this whole demonstration of the space I had in my brows because the kind of the shape of it was a little bit. She t- she talks so much about standards, and I shouldn't have fallen for it. I'm such a smart person. I'm such an intelligent person. I shouldn't have fallen for that. And I told her, "You're selling me stuff." And she said, "No, I'm just passionate about it." And she did kind of a demonstration with a brow pencil, I think. I don't know about those sort of things, but she took a pencil and she kind of drew my brow in, and I kind of agree with her. I was like, okay, that what she's saying is making sense. And I think we could use that to help because I do have a lot of asymmetry on my face. This is not an insecurity of mine. It's just my face is like that. Everybody's asymmetrical. Some people are more than others, and I'm very asymmetrical on my face. So this side of my face, as you can see, is very low. And this one is, I like this one. This one looks good. But I was thinking that we could use the brows to kind of balance it, you know? So it sounded like a good idea. So I agreed. I agreed with doing them both together. First mistake. I shouldn't have agreed with that. I should have told her I'm gonna think about it and then come home and actually feel my brows for a few days and maybe do some makeup on them after I had the lip done, and I could kind of get used to it and think about if I could or if I should fill them in permanently if it was something that I really wanted to do. So first mistake, strike number 1. Second strike, she offered me a discount. So I was like, yeah, it makes sense that we do them both together. And then maybe when I get my lips filled in, then they're gonna be grabbing more attention. So I could use the brows to kind of balance up and down here. So it makes sense. So I agreed. Then we go with it. And she was so excited to do my brows that she decided to do them first and leave the lips for later, which is also fine because I was already gonna do them both, so I didn't really think much of it. Second mistake there. I should have gone for the lips first. And then I would have thought later about if I was gonna do the brows or not. But I let her do the brows first. So we go in. I can't look at myself. We go in with anesthetic, and she starts doing the brows. She did the whole thing. I'm sure people who know about this thing know that they kind of draw them in before and show you the shape, how it's gonna look. So she kind of showed me the shape. I agreed to it. There was nothing much about it. And we started going. The procedure was nice. Nothing really difficult about it. It's just normal tattoo and a lot of cleaning. And she did remove a lot of my hair from down here, which is something that I've never done, like I said. So I don't usually do this cleanup here. And I don't know, guys. She finished it and she asked me if I wanted to look at them before we started the lips. And I told her, no, I think I want to look at them both together, see the finished product for once, like save a surprise for later. But she was so excited and she told me she thought it looked so good that she wanted me to look at them straight away. So she gave me the mirror and I looked at them. That's when I thought, bitch, I done fuck up. I don't like them at all. I feel like a drag queen. I feel like somebody else. I couldn't recognize myself. I am older somehow. I don't like it. I don't like the shape of it. I don't like that they're too close now. I don't like that they're so present in my face now. I don't like that they make my face look kind of more square than it was before. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I couldn't recognize myself looking at them at the mirror. And when she asked me what I thought of it, I said, I think it's weird. And I couldn't say anything else. And she was like, oh, so you didn't like them? And I was like, I'm not used to looking at myself with brows done. Because, like I said before, I've never done my brows before. I've never even did makeup on them. So how could I expect that I was gonna like doing them permanently? Like, from one day to the other, that wouldn't make any sense. That was not logical of me. And I started thinking, well, now I can't go back, so I might as well really like them. But I couldn't like them. So I told her I was not used to it, and like I agreed that it did kind of balance my face a little bit, which I do agree. Like it does make this side that I told you is kind of lower. It does make it look a little bit more well composed with this side. But anyway, so we go for the lips. That's what we can do now. So she did the anesthetic on my lips and we start straight away. Again, it was a normal tattoo thing. I'm used to tattooing, so I'm not really complaining about the pain or stuff like that. And she started asking me if it was painful, and I said, like, normal. I wouldn't think it shouldn't be painful. So I was reassuring her that it was all right. And eventually she told me, well, you're bleeding, and it's not really because the anesthetic I use is not supposed to make you bleed because it kind of reduces circulation and all. And I was like, okay, so it's not supposed to bleed. And she said, no, it's normal to bleed sometimes because it's part of the process, but your lips are kind of swelling up and all. And I said, that's okay. That's okay. I was expecting them to swell, so I wasn't shocked by that, you know? But she was kind of upset because she really liked my brows for some reason, and she wanted my lips to kind of match for the after picture because she took the before pictures and she said, wow, now we can't do a whole face after picture because the lips are gonna be so swollen. And I was like, okay, I'll come here another day so that we can take the after for the lips. And she was so happy about that. So we finished the lips. My lips were so fucking swollen. You wouldn't fucking believe. I looked exactly like handsome Squidward. I looked exactly like handsome Squidward. It was absurd. And I'm not used to that. So I started laughing hysterically. And I kept laughing for like, I don't know, half an hour because it was so fucking funny looking at me like that. And I already couldn't recognize myself from my brows. So imagine when my mouth was just completely in a different shape. So it made me feel so weird. And by then I was thinking it's so good that I done that on a Friday, because I'm not gonna have to show up at work tomorrow and have people looking at me and seeing that I'm a whole different person. And what's more fortunate is that we have a long weekend here, because we have 2 days of holidays on Monday and Tuesday. So I'm gonna have even more of a buffer to kind of get used to this thing before I can show it to somebody else. Although I'm putting this on the internet, so it doesn't really make sense. It's just that people that look at me every day, well, you look at me every day. Anyway, that's why I'm talking about it, so we can all get used to it together, okay? Don't come after me. I'm trying to cope here. This is me trying to cope, and we're gonna cope together. Anyway, I get home, I show it to my boyfriend, I show it to my friend who makes Nikki, she does a face that I understood the face. And my mouth was still looking like I had got punched or something. But the issue for me is never the mouth. I was so prepared for the mouth, guys. I was so prepared. I was so ready for it to be swollen. I went into the appointment with an expectation that my mouth would probably get looking like 2 hot dogs taped to my face. That was okay with me. What I was not expecting and not mentally prepared to deal with was for my brows changing my whole face structure somehow and looking like they are really here. And I started thinking, I record videos daily for the internet. I'm gonna have to show up tomorrow looking like this. Or I'm gonna record a video without a face, which plenty of people do. Plenty of people only talk on their videos. But people already have an expectation of me because I do show up every day. And I've built this expectation. And people like consistency. People like things being sort of the same and maybe changing just a little small bit every day. And I'm one of those people. So that's why I don't like this whole thing. And that's why I should have acted differently. And that's why I shouldn't have accepted it when she did the whole upselling. She upsold me the brows. And I should have prepared better. I shouldn't have done it. But here we are now. My mouth is way better than it was this morning and yesterday. It's gonna get even better now. I'm doing icing on it. Not icing like on a cake. I'm putting ice on it and I'm gonna have it less swollen probably tomorrow. And I like the color. I really like I like the lips. That's the point. I do like the lips. I hate my brows. I can't look at myself anymore, even though I barely look at myself before. And now when I look at it, I feel like I'm somebody else entirely. I feel like I look like those plastic girls that, because I feel like I hate it. Guys, I hate it and I can't do anything about it. And it's gonna get lighter, okay? It's gonna get better, it's gonna get lighter with time, but I feel like they aren't even, like one is kind of thicker than the other. I feel like they meet too close here now, and I was so used to looking like myself because I liked my face before. The moral of the story is don't fall for beauty standards. Don't listen to the people. If you're okay with yourself, don't try to make it better. And I wasn't trying to make it better. I like it the way it was. I don't know what's got into me. But now we can't go back. So this is gonna be it. Now you know. I hope you can forgive me. I'm gonna take my time to forgive myself. And in the meanwhile, we're gonna act like this is normal. Because so many people do that. I'm still a very expressive person. I didn't do no Botox. I didn't do no filling here. This is gonna go down. The swelling is gonna go down. And I'm gonna keep expressing my feelings in very expressive ways. My eyes are gonna keep being as wide as they are, just a little bit less like myself. And I'm okay with it. Or I will be. So thank you. And sorry. If you keep watching me, then tell me something. A little bit of encouragement. That would be nice. I would like that. I'll see you in my next video. Maybe I can change it digitally, lighten it up a bit, and maybe it will look better. I don't know. Signing out.